can't believe it's the 15th edition already of the Caribbean 600s, and my first one was in 2013, and I sailed with Bernie Evan Wong as a journalist, and then I thought it was a fantastic race, and now we've just seen it build and grow and become established as a really important race in the offshore calendar. You know, the calibre of boats and the kind of boats that we are seeing coming to this race is incredible. It's just going to grow and grow as far as I'm concerned.
Why the Caribbean 600? Because quite simply, it's an internationally recognised offshore race, and it's not for the faint-hearted. It's for proper sailors.
A lot of good teams love doing this event. Worldwide, it's becoming known as one of the premier offshore events.
Every time you go out, it's something completely different. It's never been the same twice.
And the great thing with the Caribbean 600 is there's so many transitions and different modes to sail in. There's always an opportunity to catch up.
It's a great race. It's a great venue. Being out in the Caribbean is always wonderful sailing in the trades. You can always count on the wind.
You never get bored with this race. There's always a corner coming up, there's always a sail change, there's always a new point of sail to get moving on, and a new leg to work out the tactics for. So you couldn't ask for better conditions, and a really interesting course. And then a warm welcome with some rum and some friendly smiling faces when you get in.
An amazing spectacle for the start of the Caribbean 600. We have big crowds watching the start, great conditions on the morning of the race, 15 to 16 knots, sunny weather. Up on Fort Charlotte where the race team are, we can look down on the fleet, which is most unusual for a race start. And it was fantastic to be up there with the crowds watching all of these boats, 64 boats, about 500 competitors setting off on the start of the race. Another great battle for the multi-hull line honours in this race. Jason Carroll's Mod 70 Argo and the other Mod 70 Zulu nip and tuck all the way around the course, and not really until the last probably 10 miles of the race was that race decided, with Argo coming out on top in the end.
It's beautiful weather. It's a nice length of race. I think it's a good challenging length, and it just is super active for the whole crew the entire time. I think it keeps us all busy. Beautiful scenery, beautiful people. It's just an awesome race.
We thought we were going to catch them 3 or 4 times around the course, and every time we got close to them they kept running away from us.
Every Caribbean 600 has been like this. We've, the last 2 editions with the Mod 70s have been won within the last couple of tacks on the finish line. So we knew we just couldn't take our foot off the gas the whole way around, which is, why we love this race. It's epic. You get to a corner and that you reshuffle the pack and you can get dealt a great card or a bad card, and you just got to play the odds.
Our leg from Barbuda down to Redondo Rock ended up being a very, very blistering 125 true-wind angle reach with J1 and mainsail, and we were doing 35 to 40 as the seas slowly built.
Almost next to one another, very fast, and then they managed to escape one more time. But that was a crazy leg. Well done.
Nice
very
sailing.
impressive. You guys.
Kept us on our toes the whole time.
Well done.
Well, we were definitely nervous.
So the RC Super Zero class, the battle for line honours was effectively a ding-dong between Leopard 3 and Spirited Malouin. Ultimately, Leopard 3 came out on top of the end, had an amazing finish, tacked right in almost until they were going to run out of water, and then flipped onto port less than 15 metres from the finish line, across the line for monohull line honours.
Here we had a few big squalls, and I saw a boat speed of over 25 knots and wind speeds over 30. So that's quite an experience. I started racing Leopard some 5-6 years ago and have been doing a lot of work. The most important things were weight and the new mast. And here you see the result. For example, the mast is 450 kilos lighter, and that's of course 24 meters high, halfway up the mast. And then you have rigging, which is oval, and therefore it has much less windage. You're rewarded with a boat that steers much easier, much lighter, and that goes sort of exponentially how well it performs.
RC0 was always going to be the most competitive class in the race, and it turned out to be exactly that. Run, Niklas Zennstrom's run, and Wizard had an amazing battle, and talking to Niklas afterwards, there were times when he thought they weren't going to get back to him, and they did. And even Daguay come down, they'd had a nice battle with Ran in the Nelson's Cup Series, but eventually Ran managed to hold by corrected time of only about 3 minutes, I think, which is, when you're thinking a 600-mile race, is amazing.
I think the beginning was nearly classic, although the breeze was a little bit more already to the southeast in the beginning part. So that made the first part of the race really fast, I think, for everybody. But then we knew that new weather system was coming in, which is not classical at all here in the Caribbean. Even the people who support us on the shore with weather routing, they didn't expect to see that kind of conditions either. But then what you see is what you got, and you have to deal with it.
So I think with this and any offshore race, what we're always looking for is some really great competition, and we had that with Wizard. So we had a really good race with them, and our boats are quite different. You know, they're ours is a bit molded but differently, so they should be, you know, pretty strong just upwind downwind, and we should be stronger reaching. And but we are rating higher, so we knew that we had to get away from them and stretch away.
Well, you know, you get this sort of this rubber band thing going, where the guy in front of you sails into a lighter breeze, and then you catch up, and then they get the breeze and sail away. So you're doing this all of the time. So yeah, it gets really exciting, of course, when they get bigger and you catch up to them. Ran had slipped away from us up around St. Kitts actually the first night, and we were playing catch up to them the whole rest of the race.
And they came in on us a lot at the end, and because we thought we had them tucked away, to be honest, and we thought that's good. And then, but on the last bit, you know, they really came into us, and it became a nail biter.
Goes to the level of the high level of competition here that you can race for almost 3 days, and it comes down to 3 minutes. You know, hats off to them. Very fast boat, very good crew, and it was really good for us to have that rabbit to chase, if you will. We learned a lot about our boat.
The Class 40 class had, I think, actually one of the most amazing finishes of the whole race. Tequila, which had been leading for the majority of the race, sailed in towards the cliffs, and then unfortunately got rolled by the rest of the boats coming with the new breeze. Nestine, which crossed the line first, unfortunately had a penalty for going through the obstruction. Ultimately, LHOR1 was promoted to the class winner. Sign for Com was second, and Tequila recovered to take third place.
Class 40, it's a little boat, but very, very fast. We stay all the time with a bigger boat, but we are faster.
We had a good start in Class 40. We sailed almost in front of the fleet. We were in the top 3, and the wind decreased a lot at the end, and it was it was almost impossible to get to the finish. We did our best to finish just after Nestine, but they took a penalty for exclusion zone, and so we got the first place.
And the team of Nestine sail very well too, and we always try to beat us, but it was really difficult.
We had a very good fleet in Class 40 with some good boats, very fast, like Tequila, who did a great job on this race.
I think Tequila, the team of Tequila, sailed very, very well.
On my team, I have 3 guys from Normandy. Our class current project is a Normandy project.
All guys is like best friends on the boat, really good prepared and really fast too.
It was very nice to do this race with these 3 guys, and I think we learn a lot.
And at the end, we find in the same 5 minutes 3 different designs, 4 different designs. So it's what the Class 40 it's good for that. You can have an older boat, but you can win the race.
Yeah, we are really happy to have done this race and to have discovered this race, and I hope we will come back.
RC1 is when you tend to get more different boats in the class, and that proved to be it with the results. We've got Hound, class winner from last year, who again had a great race and ended up in 3rd. But this year, Carkeek, which had done the transatlantic race with us, was the overall winner, and then another great RORC supporter, Pata Negra, was 2nd overall this time round.
We know this race, when we come to this race, the big thing is the shadow of the island, and we wanted with all the team to focus on trying to have the best solution for this, and we work hard to try to define where the magic figure, where to pass on the shadow of the island at what time, and so we gain a lot of expertise. I'm not going to tell you the magic figure. Maybe you can calculate them on the track, but it's great to focus on a difficult point of the race and to achieve something. This is a great feeling for all the team.
This one was more technical, very more technical, because there were a lot of traps everywhere. At the beginning we sailed with two other 11.80 GPK boats. Sunrise and Downtrader were very close to us, but we have take a little advance. And the system of the weather was maybe not the same. Good competitor. Very hard to beat them.
Now we are very happy today to have this first place in the RC Class 1, and also a good place in general, because we are 4 and we are among all the big boats. There is a little crocodile which is in the middle, and we are very proud about it, and I think we can be.
RC2, they had a struggle this year. They unfortunately got the wrong side of the shutout. There was a lot of stories about the wind and weather all through the race, but I think still in the fleet itself they had a great race, and in the end Peter McWhinney's in theory came out on top, and then second place was Tigris, Gavin Howard, and then Panacea bringing the third place on the podium.
As a class, well, we had some really tight racing through most of the race with Tigris and Panacea, who were, we were as a pack, kind of the three of us, a few miles apart, a couple of miles apart from the start all the way up to St. Bart's, Martin. Even down the bottom, we were a couple of miles apart from them, and they never went away. So it was fantastic having that really tight racing with those guys. I think most of the others were a bit further back, but we were already focused on those two. And we managed to get a little bit of separation going up to Desirade. I think we got lucky with a squall that they didn't, and that gave us a bit of an edge. And we got around the corner, and then the last part was comfortable, more comfortable distance relative to those guys.
So the overall win this year under IRC was Leopard. Now Leopard is, I think, 17-year-old now. It's done its first Caribbean 600 in 2009, and although they get the glory for the line honours these big boats, it's quite unusual for it to be an IRC overall win as well. And that was looking in doubt for quite a long time with Ryan and Wizard performing so well. So, yep, overall winner 2024, Leopard 3, owned by Joost Schuijff, and he seemed very pleased when we spoke to him at the prize giving last night.
Well, it started yesterday evening, of course, when everybody was talking about that there was a potential that we could win the overall. And I kept on saying, no, this is, that would be really lucky if that would happen too. Everybody was following the boat speeds of the other boats, our biggest competitors. But I still went to bed at 10 o'clock without knowing what would actually happen. And this morning at 6:30 I saw that we won the overall. Quite amazing. Yeah.
Took nearly 15 years and 9 attempts. It's a big achievement, and it's wonderful for the owners, Joost and Laura, who have invested a lot of time and energy in it, and it's paid off.
Before we were worried about how fast several of the boats would be, and then on the start we started realizing that we were really fast. Fast upwind, point high. And therefore we had a good feeling from the start that we could actually stay in front. And later we needed that too, because once you get into wind still areas, the whole thing goes like an harmonica, and you see them approaching, you start thinking, ooh, this may not go so well. And if they choose another route and they get through it quicker, then you've lost the initiative.
It takes a few bits and pieces to all line up. The stars have got to line up. They did for this race. We have to finish the yacht race for a start, so that's always the biggest concern. Win your group, and then it's in the wind god's hands really. But You know, Niklas chartered Leopard, I can't remember, 2015, so we know the RAN team very well. It was almost a similar team that was on RAN, that was on Leopard, when we were Leopard RAN for the transatlantic, and we set the record for that. So we know Niklas and his team well. Sorry Niklas, but it was our turn.
Yeah, they showed me a photo this morning, which was 2009, and there's 4 people in that photo that are still in the team today. So there you realize how important a team is. This is not something you just assemble for a race. This is many years of practice and knowledge on how to use the boat, and then adding young people who can learn from the most experienced people and get better and better, and then the team really starts working very well, really starts to gel. People have to like each other. It's all about the people, and even the building of this boat or the refit, it's the team of 7, so that's all about the people as well and about the network. So team is super important.
We've got quite a large pool of people, which you need when you get injuries, like we had with this race. We lost our 2 key bowmen, sort of one after the other due to injury and personal circumstances. So we've got a big pool, and it's really nice that the guys that come through the program and keep going come back, and that's really important to us.
What is special about the Caribbean 600 is, of course, location in warm weather, beautiful environment. All the islands are beautiful, and there's many islands to sail past. And what's also interesting is the squalls and all the surprises. Every corner has a surprise for you, and that's also up to the team and tactician and etc. to get that exactly right. And that's what makes the Caribbean 600 so special. Surprises, beauty of nature, the wind. It's one of the best regattas in the world. Of course, I'm very proud of the team and the boat to be part of this, and it's a magnificent experience. Yeah. So it's a very special feeling. Yeah.
One of the interesting facts from this year is that there is a trophy, the Bellamente Trophy, which is awarded to the first boat that is not got water ballast or electronic or hydraulic assistance to their winches. And the top, I think 11 boats in line honours all had that assistance. So when you look at Cody's performance, I think they were 4th overall under RRC, and that is amazing. It shows the value of RRC, and they should be really pleased with that result. The 600 is, you know, the winners and the monohull winners get all the glory, but the race is about all of our competitors, and we have people coming to do this race for all sorts of reasons. They realistically know they're probably not going to win overall, but they have a fantastic time during the race.
But then it's also kind of, you step ashore and it's like you think about it a little bit. It's like, did we sail as good as we could? Did we do too many stupid mistakes? Did we have a good time, right? And then I said, yes, we did have a great time, and we don't think we did many mistakes. We felt really good about the way we were sailing, and then of course there's a bit of clouds going on, and then sometimes you're on the right side of them and sometimes on the wrong side of them, but that's also part of the sport. I mean, there's so many things, right, that can happen, and Caribbean 600 is one of the best offshore races. If we could race again tomorrow, we probably would. That's how good this race is.
I'm often asked why, what do you get when you win a race like this? Well, you get the respect of your peers, your competitors, and I think that's why all of us are out here, is because we want to beat each other, but at the same time we respect each other tremendously, because we know what it takes to get here, and we know what it takes to win these races. And if you win, you've done everything right, and you deserve the respect of all your competitors, and I think that's really why we're here.
It was Stan and Paul that approached me in 2009. We'd just launched Leopard in 2007, and they said, hey, what about a 600-mile race around the Caribbean using the islands? And then we had a bit of a chat, and then they showed me the course and I laughed, and then I said, well, that'll be challenging. And rightly so. So a great event. It's gone from strength to strength, and we love it, and obviously a lot of other people do too. Every year's been different, let me tell you that for free.
The course is one of the best in the world as far as I'm concerned. You know, loads and loads of corners, really strategic, and the parties are great at the end, so what's not to like?
Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free.
It's been wet and windy.
Do that again, do that again, do that again. Ah, that's the energy. Do the hair again, do the hair, do the hair. That's it.